let me just start from here. People say, and I don't put too much stock on this, but I'm going to put it to you anyway. People say that one of the reasons why Lagos can't enforce the law as it should without fear or favor, without looking anybody in the face, is because of politics and the fact that those that are breaking the law supposedly have very large numbers that would count an election in an election. I've seen you online ridiculing that particular premise, but can you understand where it's coming from?
Well, I do not know where it's coming from. All I know is that the governor, Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu, if he makes a pronouncement, he stands by it. He's a man of integrity. He's a man of honor. He's a man who believes in his words, and he keeps his word. So if he says, for example, on Okada, that June 1st, Okada should not be found in all the places that he mentioned, those 6 local governments, I assure you, by June 1st, they will not be found there. And if people are going about saying that because of elections that are coming, that Mr. Sanwo-Olu may change his mind, I think it's preposterous of anybody to think like that. It is ridiculous, it is absurd, and incredible for anybody to go and think like that, that Mr. Sanwo-Olu will go back on his word. He will trade the lives and limbs of Lagosians for votes. No, he's not going to do that.
Okay.
He's not going to do
that. And, you know, it's good that we're hearing this, but it's not the first time that in fact, through the governors, you know, earlier governors in Lagos have all taken a stab at this, going back to Minister Fashola when he was governor of Lagos. You know, it didn't work out, and after some time, after a few days in the past, after a few days, things seem to return to normal. I think in Fashola's time, the emphasis was on protection for both the rider and the passenger, aka helmet and all of that. And Lagos, as you can imagine, you know, they didn't seem to like it. And after some time, the status quo returned. So, whereas I take entirely what you've just said, that Governor Sanwo-Olu is a man of his word and he's serious, it also is unfortunately true that there have been equally serious pronouncements from past governors.
Well, I would not want to talk about past governors, but I want to talk about the time of Mr. Sanwo-Olu. We have to look at it chronologically. Look at the time, for example, in 2020 when Mr. Sanwo-Olu, I think on February 1, pronounced a ban on Okada on major highways, major roads, and on all bridges in Lagos State. At that time, nobody ever knew that COVID-19 was going to come upon us. So when COVID-19 came, I mean, we were public health issue that consumed so much of our time, that consumed so much of our minds, that consumed so much of our resources. Nobody was thinking about Okada at that time. In fact, if you remember, there was a time we even had a lockdown. People were asked to stay indoors. And all of these things happened because there was no way we could enforce the law, because those who are supposed to enforce the law were also fighting for their lives. Everybody was struggling against COVID-19. And now that COVID-19 is gone, we have a very scary statistics about Okada, and then the governors just felt that it's time for us to move against this kind of trend. In Lagos, the first quarter of this year, we have had about 1,712 accidents. And of these 1,712, Okada is about 767, which is 45%. And then who are the people involved in these accidents? Who died? People between the ages of 30 and 39 years. They constituted 54% of people who died in the accidents. And there is no governor who will look at our young, able-bodied people, promising people, leaders of tomorrow who are doing so much in areas of entertainment, in technology, in sports, in tourism, in everything, and then they are dying like this all because they wanted Okada. So the governor said enough. And apart from that, there are so many security concerns that we cannot just be talking about on television. And the governor felt that he has a responsibility to protect the lives and property of Lagosians, and for us not to see the kind of things we are seeing in some other states in Lagos. So in our say, well, we have to pull the brakes on Okada, and that is why the governor came out to do this. So if anybody feels that it's going to be business as usual in a few months, the person is getting it wrong.
It's not going to be like that.
The factors propelling this pronouncement that Mr. Sanwo-Olu has made, the factors are so real, they are so vivid, they are so tough that there can't be any going back. And besides that, Lagosians themselves are who need this process. They are possessing it. They are the ones who are now even seeing that the danger that we spoke about 2 years ago, that the danger is right here at our doorsteps. And all of us are Lagosians who are proud of being called Lagosians, must come together and see that what is coming, the big picture, that we have to stop it.
Okay.